This evening I'm going to talk about why you should stretch every morning. Mornings can be rough, okay, let's be honest. And when you hit your alarm clock, sometimes we hit that snooze button a little bit one too many times. So your morning becomes a minute to win it challenge. And you're trying to figure out, like, how am I going to get from here to work in 10, 15 minutes? And you wake up, your brain's scrambling, trying to make sense of your morning. You get up, your body's probably kind of stiff, and sore because you slept wrong, because you had a good workout, or because you're just getting old. But regardless, that happens. And, you feel like the only way you're going to see energy coming your way is maybe through some good old coffee or a Monster, I don't know. But don't drink sugar, okay? Because we learned about that. These are all problems, daily problems that stem from not stretching in the morning. And I'm not talking about the good old, stretching your arm out stretch. I'm talking about a good 5 to 10 minute stretch. If you don't do this, you cheat yourself out of good energy, flexibility, and healthy brain activity. I have personal experience because I started doing this. As soon as we started this topic, I was like, okay, I gotta be somebody that actually has done this. And I've done some research on this. We're going to talk about the benefits of stretching. We're going to talk about the problems from not stretching, and I'm going to show you guys some stretches that we can do. So, let's see here. Let's talk about the problems that stem from not stretching. We're college students, so we all know that there's stresses that come with it. We just heard that. And so not having enough energy is a big one for, I think, all of us. According to ncbi.nlm.nih.gov, high caffeine consumption is associated with chronic daily headaches. And that actually, it builds on that stress. It doesn't help at all with your stress. It doesn't help at all with your energy. And for me, when I started stretching early in the morning, just taking a little bit of time, I noticed, because I work full time, I work outside, and when I started doing this, I wasn't as stressed out, and I'm not just saying that because I'm presenting this to y'all. I actually tried this. I was like, I want to see if this is real, and so it did help. Physical soreness and being unfocused, according to Livestrong.com, the Colorado physical therapy specialist determined that morning stiffness pain often occurs in the morning because of increase of fluid in joints and spinal discs overnight while the body lays horizontally. I know some of us in here probably experienced that, but when you get up, a little bit too fast and you didn't stretch, you feel that stiffness, But if you take that extra time to stretch, especially static stretching is one that we'll talk about here in a little bit, it helps get that blood flowing, and it also helps with your focus, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. According to mission.org, mediocre mornings generate unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre days. And so I feel like if you start off your day on the wrong foot, and you don't stretch, and you don't get that body going, it'll actually affect your whole day. So now let's talk about the benefits of stretching. The benefits of stretching increases the body energy levels, reduces physical stiffness and soreness, and enhances your mental health. According to chcs.ucdavis.edu, stretching allows for increased blood and nutrient flow throughout the body, and not only will you feel refreshed, but also your energy levels will be increased, resulting in an improved sense of invigoration. Like I said earlier, I started stretching more. I started taking that time, and I started feeling a little bit more energized. Sometimes we're dealing with 50, 60 pounds bags of sand, 80 pound steel pipes that are like 20 feet long, and it does get a little bit hectic sometimes. And so the stretching for me, it helped. I did feel a little bit more invigorated in that sense. And stretching, reducing the physical soreness, according to acefitness.org, performing static stretching can help decrease stiffness and reduces pain levels and muscle cramps. So my dad doesn't stretch, and I was telling him about this deal, and he gets a cramp like every other day. And I've been like preaching to him like, hey, you need to stretch, Dad, you need to stretch, because you're getting cramps in your legs and in his hands. He'll be driving and then his body just cramps. I'm like, man, we're gonna die because you're not stretching. So I told him, you need to stretch. And another thing too, as far as stretching goes, they say it's good to stretch, at least 3 to 4 times a day, and just kind of keep your body going. It helps with your energy. We want to find that energy through, a substitute like energy drinks and coffee, but in reality, we got it in ourselves. We just got to, take that time. It also improves, like I said earlier, it enhances mental health. According to Livestrong.com, the American College of Sports Medicine says that stretching can be useful when it comes to increasing blood flow to all the body, including the brain. This causes an increase in concentration and sharpened senses. I think for everybody here, we're all college students, we all need that, So I think stretching, for us is very important. Now I'm going to talk about the 3 types of stretching that we can do. We got static stretching. Static stretching is basically when you pull your muscles to its furthest point and you hold it in position for 10 to 30 seconds. And what it does is it improves your flexibility. And according to stretchingexercise.com, it's one of the safest ways to stretch for us. Especially if you want to, you want to start adding this to your routine. The stretches that you see right there are just the simple ones, just kind of bending down and going as far as you can. I think we've all done those kind of stretches, so take time out of your day to apply those stretches. We got dynamic stretching, which is a little bit different. It's similar to static stretching, except it involves moving your body to the edge of range of motion. And it's kind of like gentle swinging. I can give you an example. I don't think it's on there, but one of the easiest ones was just like, spreading your legs about shoulder width, then going down and just kind of holding it and moving back up, and then just stretching your arms and holding it. And you kind of slowly get your body flowing. They said this is one of the most effective ways to stretch because it gets your blood flowing. And they say static stretching is good, but sometimes it can be relaxing to your body as opposed to dynamic stretching, which kind of gets your heart rate going and it gets the blood flowing, and it's really good for you. So let's talk about passive stretching. Passive stretching is when you use objects or equipment to stretch. It's self-explanatory right here in these pictures. You can use the wall to stretch your calves. You can use the bands to stretch your shoulders and your arms. These stretches are really good for if you just worked out. If for some of you that run in the morning and do morning workouts, this is really good stretching. So it's also good if you have sore muscles. If you've been working out and you want to get that soreness out, it's very effective. So just with that being said, we talked about the benefits of stretching, the problems that come from not stretching in the morning, and we talked about some stretches that you can add to your daily routine. So start your days with stretching and be healthy.
Thank you. 8:11. Thanks.